Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. It's Ariel Helwani here on this Good Friday. If you're celebrating, I hope it's a very lovely Good Friday wherever you may be. We do have some breaking UFC news that I reported earlier today. So Dustin Poirier has officially signed his contract to fight Conor McGregor on July 10th at UFC 264. Again, Dustin Poirier has officially signed his contract to fight Conor McGregor on July 10th at UFC 264. This means that we are getting oh so close to seeing the trilogy become an official reality. Of course, these two met twice before, first time back at UFC 178 in September of 2014. McGregor won that fight via first round TKO. That was a featherweight fight. Of course, they met for the second time earlier this year, January to be exact, in Abu Dhabi. On that night, Dustin Poirier defeated Conor McGregor via second round TKO. And so why is this important? Why is this significant? Why is this news? Well, we found out that night that Conor wanted the trilogy right away. And, historically, he kind of gets what he wants. And so he made it very clear at the post-fight press conference that he wanted to run this one back. He wanted the immediate rematch. He wanted the trilogy fight, and he wanted it later this year. And so we all sort of knew that Conor was somewhat in, although it is important to note he hasn't officially signed his contract yet, I am told. But we don't suspect that there will be many hurdles between now and then. The big question was about Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier just won a big fight. There were some negotiations involved. His status in the sport has changed. Of course, he decided to go after this fight as opposed to the vacant lightweight title fight that they booked for May 15th between Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler. And so there was a lot of pressure on Dustin's side to get this done. How would the negotiations go? How would talks go with the UFC? Well, we found out earlier today they went well in the end. And earlier this week, he did in fact sign his contract to fight Conor McGregor on July 10th. So that'll be UFC 264, big event, location TBD, still parts unknown. Historically, the UFC does a big event, obviously the first week of July. That's the International Fight Week event. Is it going to be Vegas? Is it going to be Abu Dhabi? Will there be fans? That's the part that we suspect to be true. Of course, there will be fans in April and May. We already know that. And so they're trying to get a big deal done with a big location. Could it be back in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena? That remains to be seen. But what we do know for sure is the second quarter schedule for the UFC is becoming a lot clearer. The picture is getting clearer. At least the pay-per-view picture is getting clear. We know April 24th, that is UFC 261 Jacksonville. Jorge Masvidal, Kamaru Usman 2 for the welterweight title. Valentina Shevchenko versus Jessica Andrade for the women's flyweight title. And then, of course, Zhang Weili versus Rose Namajunas for the strawweight title. Then we know on May 15th, 262 will be the vacant lightweight title fight that I just mentioned. Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. We also found out earlier this week Leon Edwards versus Nathan Diaz. Also, by the way, Beneil Dariush versus Tony Ferguson. So that's a really good one. Then we know about June 12th, which will be 263. We already know that Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno is scheduled for that card. That's the flyweight title rematch. They fought to a draw back in December. I can also report that they're trying to add a second title fight to that card. Do they ultimately do so? Remains to be seen. But there have been talks about maybe adding a second title fight to that card. So stay tuned for that. And then, of course, the next one would be 264 July 10th in location TBD, parts unknown. And we know now Dustin has signed his contract for that fight, and we await word on Conor. We suspect that at some point he will sign also to fight that fight, because that's the fight that he wants, and that's the fight that he has said that he wants. So again, good news on the Poirier front. That's where the majority of the questions remained leading up to this moment. Now they have been answered, and so now we are one step closer to seeing that trilogy on July 10th. All right, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.